It's space weather. Check out the sun at 171 angstroms. Got a new active region popping up on the east. Right here. Also, we have some violent ejecta coming out of the east. You can see it a little bit in this view. You'll be able to see it better in 304 angstroms. Also, we bid farewell to sunspot 2727. Get some great views of its magnetic looping as it sets on the western equator. Look at some other views. 304 angstrom is going to show us some coronal mass ejections. Plasma dancing all around the eastern limb. Quite a bit of activity happening. Let's look at this plage. Not to be confused with a plague. And let's look at the coronal holes. So we're currently experiencing an increased solar wind stream from this coronal hole. Haven't looked at the magnetic connection possibility for this one yet, but we're going to get to it. And more. Now let's look at the magnetic lines. I think we're at 94 angstroms here. Alright, so it looks like this southern region is still masking the magnetic field from this coronal hole that's rotating in, so it could be a delay on the magnetic field connection. We'll get to it momentarily. Head to spaceweathernews.com. Look at some data. X-ray flux is flatlined again. Phi angle is showing no signal. We're expecting a signal around, say, 120 for that incoming coronal hole. We have experienced an uptick in solar wind speed. It looks like we're around 400 kilometers per second now. And the standard slight drop off. I believe what's going on with this solar wind stream is it's not hitting the Earth directly, which is why we're getting these little spikes. Magnetometer's looking very choppy. Keep an eye on that. KP is at 1. So there's a low-level cosmic ray alert. Standard electron flux dips. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next one is even more substantial than this one. That's my prediction. There seems to be a downtrend in the electron flux. And so we're keeping an eye on that too. There's your F2 ionosphere layer looking pretty normal. There's your aurora forecasts. Nothing major going on there. Let's look at the earthquake situation. We'll just head back 8 hours. So, Argentina gets a 4.1 at depth. 260 kilometers is a very deep quake for that area. So they're on alert for a 5 in Argentina. Got a 5.3 in the Molucca Sea. I'm not sure where that is, so let's take a look. And no surprise there. Right next to Indonesia. Actually in Indonesia. Alright. What else do we have? A 4.5 in Indonesia. That area remains on earthquake alert, because 100+ kilometer earthquakes tend to lead to stronger surface quakes. Costa Rica gets a 4.9 and a 4.6 and a 4.5, so that area is rocking. But overall, I'd say it's kind of a downtick. Now, let's look into some global warming. Climate change. What is this? Oh, right. This is temperatures that are 16 degrees below average in Texas, Oklahoma, and 10 degrees below average down in Mexico. Looking at tropicaltidbits.com, we will of course leave links. This is the 2-meter temperature anomaly. So we're looking at the surface level temperature anomaly. And we're looking at November 18th for some reason. Let's let this play forward. Here's the current situation. And let's go forward to Thanksgiving. Oops. There's Black Friday. And there's Thanksgiving. So, you've got this jet stream dip. Right now it's coming down like this. And it's slowly moving to the east, providing places like New York with temperature anomalies 20 degrees below normal. This whole area is going to have a record-breaking cold Thanksgiving. The coldest Thanksgiving ever. Let's take a look at the NASA GOES water vapor map here. Give you an idea what's happening. Now you can see there's motion coming like this. And that's an indication of where the jet stream's located. And you can see it's coming down and then back up and north to the east. And that's why this ultra cold air is going to be pushing into the East Coast. Sorry everybody, carbon dioxide has nothing to do with climate. The sun has everything to do with climate. And the changing of the magnetic fields is what is causing these meridional jet stream flows. Normally the jet stream goes like this. Whoops. Normally the jet stream goes like this. Now instead we have the jet stream going like this. Zonal flow versus meridional flow. Right, now let's look at the stock market. Yesterday the Dow lost another 551 points. The NASDAQ down 1.7%. S&P down 1.82%. In other words, another day of mass carnage. All right. Showing a little bit of bond market weakness here as, you know, there's an inverse supply-demand thing going on with bonds. Now, let's talk about oil. It looks like the 52-week low was just hit yesterday, and we called it exactly. Gold went up $3, and silver is up 40 cents on its lows, which we also called exactly on its lows. We don't do any active trading anymore. However, we were precisely correct. Let's just show you the silver chart just so you have an idea what's happening with it. Because if you haven't watched the last few videos, you're probably not aware that you should be buying some. If you'd like to hedge against inflation, something that is guaranteed. There you go. You can see the bottom was just below $14. Something like $13.90, $13.98, something like that. Silver, one of the best hedges against inflation. And now let's talk about CosmosMagazine.com. A crippled and gigantic tadpole-shaped galaxy. Check it out. You got some bizarre formations. I mean, look at this situation here. What is going on with those? Little satellite galaxies being ripped apart by electromagnetic fields. And look at the tail on this thing. This is like 500,000 light years long. See this tail here? And it could be relativistic jets coming out, forming, ionization pathways. Very interesting image, though. And these are galaxies being shredded. So, we'll leave links to the article. It's an interesting read. It's about 300 million light years estimated away from Earth. There's some outside forces disrupting them. It is a big galaxy. And yeah, a lot of interesting forces going on in there. More indications that magnetic fields run the universe, and indeed not gravity. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We are doing similar videos daily because we want a unified theory of physics. And the video's not playing. And technical difficulties averted. Let's get another view of setting sunspot 2727. As I thank our subscribers, our new subscribers, those who comment, those who share on social media. Please don't forget to like the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you see fit to see more daily. We thank you for your patronage. Now remember, on your way watching sunspots, don't drink. And if you drink, well, you can still watch sunspots.